Hello, hello. Please forgive me for my tardiness, but welcome. I see that there are people already here, so I really, really appreciate your presence here tonight. Yes, yes. How was the week? Anything new going on? Okay, so like I said, I am tardy. So I'm just going to get into it. First thing on my timeline that is pressing is TD Jakes supposedly passing out while he's doing a sermon. I don't know if you guys have seen it. He got real slurred. He was talking. Let me see if I can get that a short little clip going for you. But I did hear one pastor saying, that he really just needs to be prayed for. And I agreed with what he was saying, because I think because of all these prophecies being out, that I don't know if it's safe to say that we're almost waiting for it to happen. So if this man hiccups, we're already jumping on it like, okay, what's about to happen to this man? So I agree that if he is into whatever people are saying that he's into, because I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a new testimony out. There's a guy saying that he was propositioned by Jakes at one point. And I don't know if he was saying that he was younger or what. It sounded like he was younger because he said he was living with his mom, but I don't know. Yeah, he was talking about him. He sure was. And it's just weird. And, the first thing that popped up on my timeline, I don't know, or I should say popped up in my memory, was the master's voice, how she was, having those prophecies about TD Jakes. And of course, people were hopping on her, which I don't know if we should hop on her just yet, again, because I know we talked about that the other day. I don't know if we should hop on her just yet, but there were a lot of outlets that were putting out that her prophecies were coming true. And then people were in the comments saying, well, he's not dead yet, which I agree, right? So again, we're kind of almost waiting with bated breath to see when this man is going to drop. And it isn't right. So, but again, if he is into what he's into, hopefully he stops, before it's too late. But let me see if I can pull that TD Jakes. So I don't know. And then some people were saying it's the shot, but I don't know if are we still saying that? I don't know. I don't know if that's still going on. And forgive me for being remiss. Okay. Anyways, how are y'all? I'm getting this pulled up, y'all. I don't know. It was almost like he was sleeping. But I guess that's what the stroke does. I don't want to see a whole 4 minute. Okay, here you go. Yeah, he's probably definitely not a good weight.
Thank you for this service. We thank you for this Sunday. I thank you for the people that I can't even see that aren't in the room, but the Holy Spirit has got tears running down.
Oops. Sorry. Take forever. I mean, how old is he? How old is TD Jakes? Okay, come on. It don't take this long. Okay. Well, he's 67. Okay, so I mean, not saying that he should, this should be going on, but I mean, he does. He does.
Lift it up.
Okay, let me get to this.
We thank you for this word. We thank you for this service. We thank you for this Sunday. I thank you for the people that I can't even see that aren't in the room, but the Holy Spirit has got tears running down their face, and they heard God talk to them in specific ways about specific things. I need to hear you. Thank you. Thank you for the mountains you're gonna move. Thank you for the plots you're gonna overthrow.
Do these lives stay strictly to the topic? Also, what is the topic? I read the community post, but I don't know anything about the situation.
We're standing for ourselves. We're standing for our family.
So I'll recap.
Meet every need.
Let me just
according to
get him
riches
on
and
here.
glory in Christ Jesus. Amen. Can you stay where you are? Because it's kind of crazy. If you have an envelope and you're up front, hold it up high. PMT's fine. The envelopes wherever they are. If you're in the aisles, pass it all the way to your left. Pass it all the way to your left. If you're in the house, you already know how to give.
You're gonna get them money. I mean, he sounds like he's breathing hard, but I don't know if that's how.
You sang that so beautiful.
I don't know if it's just old age.
Come get my seed. There gotta be somebody special to come get it. PMT serve the people of God. It was a pleasure. I still love to preach.
Yeah, I heard someone say it was a stroke, or I saw some outlet say it was something like that. So I
I miss you.
don't know. And again, I don't listen to him too much, so I don't know if he speaks that slow normally.
Have you ever gone to the hospital to visit somebody and you thought you was going to encourage them and they encourage you?
Pull his chart. Listen, Astro Gumbo, I don't know anything about pulling charts. I don't know about that. I stay away from that. Yeah, he misses them Diddy parties like this. I don't even want to imagine him at these Diddy parties. I just don't even want to. That's a mental.
Meditation with my heart.
In my eye gates, I can't even fathom.
So
this guy is Diddy, a Diddy disciple. I mean, he hung around him a lot.
My Redeemer. Let him go in peace.
He was at the part. Now, see this right here. Sorry, I know we were talking, but oh, this is kind of scary, actually. Yeah, that's kind of scary, actually, to even. I hate that they had to I hate that they had to witness. I mean, I guess we witnessed it too, but I hate that they had to witness that. Um. So yeah. So the backstory is that apparently TD Jakes has been living a double life. In the public, he's this big, I want to call him a mogul. I want to call him a mogul, but he's supposed to be a pastor. And behind the scenes, apparently he's been touching on folk, propositioning them to do things with him of a homosexual nature. Um, so a lot of the prophecies, or I should say, a lot of so-called prophets have been saying that he's going to meet his demise and it's going to be publicly. So what I was saying earlier is that I think that because of these prophecies, no matter what this man does, it's always going to be looked at as a judgment, or his judgment is coming. So again, he does need to be prayed for. So I'll just say that. Yes, that's why we were watching the clips of TD Jakes. They're linking him. Yeah, I mean, because we've seen him at the parties. I don't know where he was doing. I don't know what he was doing. Was he doing the Tootsie Roll or something like that at some party? They had him backing it up. Yeah, so, and they're saying that that's not pastor like. He shouldn't be there. And they're now knowing what Diddy's been doing there is like, why were you there? Are you gonna say you left at 12? He once had the word with him. I give him that. Again, I don't know if he did or didn't, because again, I believe that I posted it on here. I know I had it on TikTok, but how that pastor was saying that when they opened up the Powder's house, they dedicated it to Ashtaroth and some other gods that he didn't even know. And so I'm not surprised that there's a spirit, over there. I'll just say that. And we know that Ashtaroth is a lustful spirit. Wasn't it yeah. All into porn and all that kind of stuff. So why would you dedicate your church? That it's just weird anyway. Why would you dedicate your church to anyone other than God? Yeah, his own, exactly. Catching the Holy Spirit for a second, yeah, which is ironic. Right. Which is ironic because it's almost like his own antics is how he almost slipped into death. Right. So kind of like Fred Sanford, how he used to fake that heart attack on his show. Yeah. That's why I kind of try to stay away from things like when you say I'm weak or I'm dead. I understand what it means. Ha ha, funny. But at the same time, just like they say English words are like witchcraft. They're made in witch language. So they have two different meanings. So you just got to be careful what you say. But yeah, he does that all the time. And didn't who's the one that they were laying hands on one another? Him and Tyler Perry. I mean, he's laid hands on a lot of people, and it's just weird. Yeah, he stay at Diddy's. I know he's always getting caught there. I'd like to ask an open question. Do y'all realize by the time of the Inquisition that everybody mixed up? Yeah. I mean, they've been mixed up since the beginning. They've been mixed up since the beginning. Are these accusations come to light recently or over the years? From what I've seen within the past couple years, I've never heard about TD Jakes in this light before this. I never listened to him. I always felt like he was a false prophet. But in recent years, the whole again men on men thing is coming out, and I don't know what it is with the young folk. I don't know if that's coming out. It's just so I've just seen it within a year or two. They say a pastor did the same thing to Jakes when he was young. Yeah, that's just disheartening. Because I would think that, just in my opinion, if that happened to you, you wouldn't want to do that to someone else. But I don't know. Yeah, he was dancing zesty. He was dancing. That's what I'm saying. He was backing it up, winding, and not like I know men whine. I know men whine like a genuine type of. I know that. I don't think that that's zesty, but the way he was doing it, yeah, them hips was moving a little different. Y'all so silly. Y'all said the dance is very feminine. And at one concert, he was on stage dancing. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. Again, I know pastors have to have a life, but in the settings that he's in, needs to be. You said it's Protestantism after all. Well, I thought it was supposed to correct again. Yeah, exactly. So you said the Catholic Church is all that's wrong, still gave the word salvation. Well, I don't know about that, about the Catholic Church, but I thought that they left the Catholic Church because they were tired of the idolatry that they were seeing. So to then go and do the same thing. I mean, because there's a lot of clips that I see, like that Mike Todd guy. He is insane, the things that he does in the pulpit. I've seen him pour syrup all over everything. Who's cleaning that? I wonder who had to clean that up. Just saying crazy things like Ruth and Naomi were together. They say that about David and Jonathan, just crazy stuff. It's like, how did you even read that into it? I don't know. Yeah. Dedicating it to Astaroth as being close to Diddy is all I know. Yeah, it is. It is. Lead you all into sexual perversion. Unfortunately, his family is strange too. I think his sister is accused of stealing a woman's child. Yeah, I did see something about that. I think Too Strong. I don't know if y'all watch their channel, but I want to say they had an interview or something go on, and they had their. I was in Barnes and Nobles the other day, and I saw that she has another book out. TD Jakes' daughter. I was like, what are y'all writing about? I wonder what y'all writing about. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to come out, but you said it's not weird, it's magic. Hey, again, I am told to stay away from divination and magic and witchcraft. Mhm. So I try not to touch it. Like when I didn't know things, yeah. Like I had a Ouija board when I was younger. I didn't know any better. I didn't know why my little Korean friend her mom would not let me bring that in the house. I did not understand. And although I never felt like it worked, there are other people that have stories of it working. So, you know, but again, I never got so far into something, thankfully, that I couldn't get out. I've always kind of just known better, besides reading the word. Um, look up Omaha, Nebraska in the 90s. Oh, well, I'm interested, but you got to be, what should I be looking for? Have I heard of all the demonic craziness happening with Daystar? Remind me, please, because I feel like I have. I feel like I just read something about it, but some things I do not retain for whatever reason. So please update me and I will. Greetings. Hi there. Y'all are so silly. I've been seeing that in the comments. Maybe even swallowed up. Goodness. Listen, hey, because it's so crazy. Remember when, oh, I don't know if y'all were around when the whole thing went down with Eddie Long. He got outed and then all of a sudden he died. I'm not saying that this is this situation. I'm just saying that that's what people are, saying. Yeah, I mean, I agree that that's what they define it as. The Western world is the Catholic faith. I agree, but I differentiate between the Catholic faith and like biblical faith, if that makes sense. Because a lot of Catholics don't even read the Bible. They read their catechisms and all that kind of stuff. Catholic Church is Babylonian. For a while now, Catholics have been funneling money to various crazy pastors like Jake's or Mike Todd based on organizations to put us back under the Pope. Yeah, I wouldn't be. That sounds about right. I've even seen documentaries that show the ties between the mob the and the Vatican. They had kidnapped a girl on her way home from school and had her drugged up in the city. Her family had been looking for her for 30 something years. She was in the same city as them, but they had her locked away. It was a crazy story. It was a crazy story. But she ended up passing away though, at a young age. But yeah, her family looked for her for a long time. I remember that. Actually went to his church a few times and didn't like it there at all, but had to justify my feeling about it. Hey, sometimes you do just get that feeling. Have I heard of the Vulgate? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. But I have also, again, I've also traced this Catholic lineage to the Roman religion. And it's the same thing, rife with their idols and Their vestas and their popes and their all that stuff is the same. And all they did was carry it down. And then once they saw that Christianity was taken over or about to take over, like it had done with sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Who were the people that created Christmas? The Nordics. They didn't want to be taken over like that, so they decided to merge Christianity with their pagan Catholic things. And that's when people they're always trying to reference like the Council of Nicaea. That didn't happen until like 325. Remember, Christianity was spreading through Africa, or what they named Africa, around 1st century and before that. So again, that's why I believe the way I do. Y'all can believe what you want. This is the stuff that I found. Can I show you a Nigerian prophet who claims to see the future? Yeah, as long as he's not claiming to hear from like the dead and the demons and stuff like that. Like if he claims to be a prophet of God, I'll take a listen. But yeah, I don't like to hear omens from witches. So just, yeah. Let's see here. Wait, what? I know they're funneling Mexicans. Hold on. They're funneling Mexicans to my Louisiana town. Yeah, I've noticed that I noticed that. I used to live in Louisiana as well, and I was born there. There's a lot of Mexicans there now. I'll just say that. Yeah, there are a lot of Mexicans there now. And I didn't know that they're being funneled there. I don't know why they're choosing to go there. I mean, but I have seen the increase. But just like I've seen, an increase of like the Indians in a lot of these Texas towns. And when I tell you, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm just telling you what I see. These people buy up whole neighborhoods. I used to be door-to-door sales. These people buy up whole neighborhoods. And they will not buy anything unless the next person or, their fellow person puts an eye on it as well. Like, they make sure they stick together is my point. So, my family is mesmerized, but I know he's lying. It's so easy to grift on people's faith. Yeah, it is, especially if people don't read for themselves. A lot of people wait for others to interpret things for them. And so, yeah, they just need to, read for themselves. At the same time, there's nothing wrong with hearing preachers and things like that, but you also have to put your eyes on it. That's just what I believe. I don't go to church. Hey, I know it says don't forsake, the fellowship and all that stuff. But I also think that you have to be led by a good pastor. So just going to any church is not gonna help either. The wife and the leading pastor who died in 2021 covered up a case of their granddaughter who seemed to have been sexually assaulted and didn't tell the authorities she's 5 years old and more. Who's that? Who died in 2021? Um, I guess the only pastor that's coming to my mind is Miles Monroe, the one that passed away in the plane crash. But I don't know if there's somebody. I don't know if that's the situation or something else. The church died February 4th, 1962. What happened on that day? Evangelist Ibuka, sorry if I'll jack up a name, Ibuka Obi. He claims to see the message in the angels, and now the Nigerian government funnels so much money to him. That sounds kind of shady. Why would the Nigerian government be funneling money to him for his messages? It sounds like divination. Remember when, I don't know if y'all read the passage in the Gospels where the girl, she started following the disciples. She had the spirit of divination in her. And I guess she was calling out to them, and they were pretty much exorcised the spirit out of her. And the townspeople were mad because they were like, no, we're making money off of her. Why would you do that? You took away our money. Why would they be giving him money? No, I don't know about that. Tax-free entities that just have to make up feel something. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Because again, I mentioned, that 501c3. And if religious entities want to get, the benefits of the government, they got to adhere to what the government tells them to adhere to. So if they tell you you can't preach this and that, you gotta listen. Sriracha wisdom, etc. I'm not sure about that. I don't know anything about that. This prophet guy has been visited by the Vatican. So what is he prophesying? What is it that he has been saying? Because there's going to be a point where the Antichrist or, his minions are going to be doing signs and wonders as well. So are they buying help? Are they, it sounds like they're building an army. That's what I'm saying. It sounds like they're building an army. So I'm going to give you this money so you can be on my team. Because what is he prophesying? Why would they be paying him? I don't know. I have so many questions. The one big organi. Oh, it's one big organi. Okay, everybody's effing hypocrite is what I'm getting at, friend. Okay, yeah. We're all supposed to be, we're all liars. Wait, you said we'd have zero knowledge about anything Christian if not for Catholics. Why would you say that? They already had Bibles in Second Temple era. Mm-mm. The manuscripts, no. Mm-mm. The Dead Sea Scrolls and all, no. Mm-mm. Those are not Catholic. He claims he hears angels of God, yes, and prophesies. Yeah, I don't know. Again, this is what we kind of talked about last week. Are I don't know. I don't want to question anybody's prophethood because some people do have the gift of prophecy. Again, we would just have to hear it and then see if it comes true. I guess, I mean, that's really all it comes down to. Yeah, nope, I agree. Christians and Catholics are polar opposite religions that don't even add up exactly. There's just way too many differences. We Cajun, we different. I'm half Mexican. Okay. You said biblically Christ is anti-religion. I don't know if I would go so far as to say that, just because the word religion means the fear of God, and he says that pure religion is to visit the widows and the fatherless. So I don't know if it, you know, and then Paul calls it a religion. I don't know. I just think that the word religion gets a bad rep. I mean, I see what people are saying, but I also think that also when people say like, "Oh, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual," uh, when I just hear "I'm not religious," it just sounds like you don't have a moral standard. That's what that's how it comes off to me. Would you ever do a video about Ethiopia? Oh, I don't know why I said that wrong. Ethiopia, Rastafari, Selassie. Supposedly, the lineage tracks back to the Salamic dynasty and Queen Sheba. I'm definitely going to talk about Ethiopia and all that. I don't know if I don't know if he'll come up. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Selassie. But I suppose he will. I just don't know what tangent he's gonna flow from. If because sometimes these tangents connect and I have absolutely no idea they are going to. And I'm reading and I'm like, whoa, what? I gotta tell them. So hopefully, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure he will come up. Because we haven't even delved into a lot of, Egypt and the other parts of Africa and stuff yet. We haven't delved into that deep into that history yet. So the bar of public knowledge is real low. I mean, there's always libraries and things. Whoa. So y'all heard about the Catholic priest doing sex magic on the altar in Covington? No. No. When did this happen? Hold on. I feel like that shouldn't even be typed into the search bar. Type Daystar scandal. Okay. Okay, I'll wait for those those things to load. What happened was an Aquarian solar eclipse with every planet placed in Aquarius. And this was what? Yeah, I mean, I agree that astrology is nothing but a clock, but what happened when this happened? What is that supposed to mean? That, I mean, I get all the planets lined up where the sign Aquarius, I guess, would be showing in the sky. Because I don't know. I'm into astronomy. Like I know where stars, the shapes of them, names and things like that, but they mean absolutely nothing to me. How they're, placed in the sky and what time and all that kind of stuff. Okay, church and state donations. Yeah, I just don't know. It just sounds kind of fishy. Yeah, the 501c3 are corporate crowd control of the mind via religion. Yeah, because they tell them what they can preach. They tell them what they can preach. It's the biggest crockish in America, in my opinion, but I'm just Bob Boucher with an opinion. Okay. If he was visited by the Vatican, he gets money from the government, then he is definitely false. Yeah. Yeah. He individualizes per person. I just don't know. It just sounds, yeah. You said that, like, one person he will sense they have a block in their body, another he will cast out as a mommy water witch. I don't know, but speaking of the government, I want to segue into what I came across with Dame Dash. The New York Times posted an article claiming that because Dame Dash was 8.2 million in arrears in taxes to the government, they wanted to recoup their money. And so they, at an auction for $1 million, bought a third of Rockefeller, which they claim, this is what they claim, that they're gonna flip it. Somehow they're gonna flip it and make this money back for themselves. Now, I find that ironic. I find that ironic for a number of reasons. I know the answer to this, but who was the director of the movie State Property 1A and 2? It's just ironic that you have a movie called State Property, and in the article it even says that Dame's assets are now state property. It was just, I don't know. It's just almost like the same type of witchcraft that they're always doing. I don't know if it is, but they're able to just line things up. They're able to just the names are always the same years down the line of, of what they've already spoken on, or the numbers always line up in some kind of way. So I don't know. It's just fishy to me. And another thing that I find interesting is that, remember that Jay-Z bought stock in the prison system. Do y'all remember that? There was a corporation by the name of CCA. It was called Corrections Corporation of America. And this was what Crazy Bone was speaking about. If y'all saw the compilation, the last compilation I dropped, he spoke about it in there. He actually read the actual letter. But this was the time where 48 prisons, they contacted 48 prisons and offered to buy them. And one of the stipulations was that the agency partners were to maintain a minimum of 90% occupancy rate over the term of the contract. Okay. So 2 months after that, an anonymous letter was sent to various members of music and publishing industries, and they determined that hip hop was going to drive the prison population and therefore drive the profits up for the prison system. Jay-Z then ends up buying stock in the prison system. And one of the companies that he invested in, just one of the companies that he invested in, was called Promise. Okay, this was, it was a state and local, it was a GPS system that had the technology to control or track parolees at state and local levels. So on one end, he is investing, he is helping to drive the prison population up, while then investing in companies that track criminals. And then him and Meek Mill also, which is, here's another flip. Meek Mill and Jay-Z joined forces with a company called Reform, and they were aimed at reducing the numbers of unjust parole violators in probation sentences. So this reminded me of Ashton Kutcher, how Ashton Kutcher was supposedly on a board to help stop trafficking, but on the other hand, he's supposed to be, linked hand in hand with one of the biggest traffickers. So again, you got people standing in the gap for the BS. They got the key people in place where they need to be. He got his hand in both pots. So yeah, like someone is saying, I see right now. Yeah, money does talk. Yep, I see it. Hey, Freddie B. Sorry, I was running my mouth, and but I did see you said hello. Hello, so good to see you, or to see that you're here, I should say. They know a rapper that might be interested, huh? Yeah. So he's been able to be bought off for a long time. He's been able to be bought off. And then 21 Savage, they got him quoted as saying that Jay-Z and Meek Mill got him released when he was in ICE custody back in 2019. And talking about he's not doing this just for anybody. Just because you rap, you got to be cut from a certain cloth. What cloth is that? Murder. That's all I'm on. What? That's That's 21 Savage. That's what he raps about. He gets people hyped up. The people that are on that, the people that can get hyped up by that. And his mama sang. All that. No. So I'm not surprised. And then remember Ice Cube said that he sat down with Bill Maher, he said the same people who own the labels are the same ones that own the prisons. So again, it just goes back in hand. If the state government bought a third of Rockefeller, then what does that mean? That means that they're business partners. That means that Jay-Z and the state government are business partners. So are they really going to take him down? Are they going to expose his dirt? Are they going to do it? No. Not in my opinion. Exactly. They're all double agents. Yep. Sorry, I missed this one. Sorry. You're not crazy when these celebrities get initiated into witchcraft. Their whole life becomes a big ritual. So quite literally, Dame Dash foretold his future. A spirit would guide him into having. Yeah, I agree with that as well. That oath. Unfortunately. Jay don't like us. He's boule. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. For real, that boule video you made opened my eyes. Good. So that, yeah. So there's a go-between. They're putting people in position that are willing to play the position. Yep. I apologize. Thank you for the interaction. Oh, no problem. I mean, I'm glad that you're here. I almost forgot about British stuff. It's hard it's hard to forget about them. They always got their foot into some mess. From what I read. 21 Savage was from the UK and pretended to be American this whole time, a literal double agent. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things he got in trouble for. His visa had expired. So, Jay-Z former best friend D. Haven says he thinks Jay-Z is an informant. He thinks Jay-Z took him down. I mean, it's starting to look like it. And it's starting to look like it. And people are just thinking about all the people that have gone to jail or have been taken out around him. Yes, definitely not. I just don't know if they're going to look at him. I just don't know if they're going to put his business out. I think that they're going to cover it up. They know the power of art. I learned yesterday that the CIA put Billie Holiday on a watch list after she made Strange Fruit. You know what? I had a video in my watch list about that. I didn't know it was about Strange Fruit. But it did say something about the CIA was behind Billie Holiday's death, but I did not watch it yet. Wow. So what the heck is what's going on with Strange Fruit? Is that yeah, what's behind that? That's just, yeah, that's crazy that you brought that up, because I sure forgot that I had that in my watch later playlist. They know, because if Jay-Z goes down, the state will lose money. Exactly. He can't go down. I just don't see it. Jay-Z will eventually get it. They always break their tools. Yep, but they're gonna have to make sure that whatever position they put him in, it's not going to jeopardize them when he goes down. And I don't even know why that came into my head. I shouldn't have even thought that, but I hate to say it. Should I say this? What if Beyonce's, I shouldn't say it. What if Beyonce's death catapulted his money? I don't know what I'm trying to say. To where they could take Jay-Z down and not be hurt. Because they could get her money. And again, I'm just basing that off of, because people say that that they've had these prophecies. Again, I don't know. I've never had one. I don't know. Do I have a partner? I feel like knowing and being interested in this type of stuff, the truth makes me seem crazy to others. When you say a partner, what do you mean a partner? They said Crowley was a double agent from the UK too. 21 Savage, the Aleister Crowley of hip hop. Really? I mean, they could definitely, I could see how they could use him to debaucherize everything. I'm making up a word, but to taint everything. I can see that. But I don't know. There will be no major names to come out, just like Epstein. Yeah, I agree. There's too many people at the top. And although people didn't really move a muscle when some of the royals got named, I don't know. I don't know what will make people flinch at this stuff. Because it's like they don't really care. But there's so much corruption in the system that they can cover this stuff up. Or they just off people. And they don't mind offing their own. That's the crazy thing about it. Like anybody can get it. Wait, so it wouldn't be in the state's best interest if Jay-Z gets dragged into the pending case with Epstein publicly? I don't see how it would if they're in bed with him. And again, there's still higher ups. There's higher ups that are in this stuff. They can't expose. I think he's their main. I think he's their main guy. He was there, and I wasn't the one that broke this case. If y'all even watch Kev Rowe, he's got a channel. I think he does like a Kev Rowe University. He was the first video I saw, and it was titled Epstein and Hip Hop or something like that. And he might have 1 or 2 volumes of it. So if you can find it, check it out. You might have to DuckDuckGo it because, or it's really, really far back in his catalog because it was a few years ago when I saw it. But he was the one that showed the connection between Epstein and Jay-Z. showed like the some of the whistleblowers, some of the ladies that came out had pictures with her all in it at some of the parties and everything. So no, he's their tie into the hip hop world. And just like they supposedly Epstein passed, they're not letting Jay-Z go down. They gave up R. Kelly. R. Kelly on the same list. Ghislaine Maxwell's on the same list. His name is, man, I've already, yeah. Again, that's just my opinion. And you know, Jay-Z, Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez is an informant snitch. Yeah, who snitched on the Mexican cartel. Yeah. Yeah. Again, if they do, because again, I don't know if he's going to collect in this lifetime, but they're going to have to put themselves in a position where they don't lose anything if they give up Jay-Z. Strange fruit. Oh, changed lynching laws. Oh, okay. Dang. They offed her because it changed. Oh my goodness. I mean, they got changed anyway. See, I killed Marley too. The killer admitted on his deathbed. Now, what were they saying about Marley? I feel like I don't know if I've heard too much about. Like, you always see the list of names that people say that the CIA has taken out, but I haven't delved into every story. People were influenced by the song to have lynching bans. I know, that's so sad that they had to take her out because of that. You wanted lynch so bad that you take this lady out? That's a different type of evil. No, you are right. Artists make more money dead. So depending on the labels behind Beyonce and Jay-Z and the haziness in between, she could definitely have some dollars on her if something just happened. You know it. I mean, is she billionaire status right now? She said, "Let me upgrade you." Yes. I have a husband. This man shooting his shot in the middle of the information dump. Y'all so silly. I dated a lobbyist for 3 years. As she came home with stories and valid proof of what she claimed changed my perception of the government forever. Oh man, I would be interested to know. I know you probably can't even say on here. Yeah, but if you talk to people that have been in certain parts of the government, they definitely have stories. I remember being in one man's house. Again, I used to work door to door, and he was like, "You would not, I can't even tell you." He told me, "I cannot tell you. Like, I cannot tell you the things that I know." I don't know if it would have been a death sentence for us or what, but I left it alone. But I think I want to say that he validated some of the things that I was bringing up as being true. So I just left it alone. Namang, I'm all the way over in UK. Okay. The killer gave an interview on his deathbed. It can be found everywhere now. Okay. Okay, yeah, I have to check it out because no, I hadn't. I wonder if it's let me see how long it is. Yeah, I want to see what that's about. The issue is no one holds these three-letter organizations accountable, so they run amok and can do whatever they want. Yeah, I can agree with that as well. But they've set themselves up to where you can't, that that they are the authority over everything, and they have so much money where they own everything. The only way that they would be able to be overturned is if all of us got on the same page, and that's definitely not happening. And especially because it's a spiritual battle at that. No, everybody's on their own path. They kind of strayed away from what ought to be. People are way too passive nowadays. That's why they get away with doing what they do. They'll just hope someone else will fix it. Yeah, also like knowledge and understanding. Yeah, I agree with that. Um, and I listen to a lot of debates, and they'll go on these college campuses, and that is just so sad. That right there, just seeing the way that these the next generation coming up, the way that they're thinking, the way that they're processing information or the lack thereof is pretty scary. And we've let a lot of things in the door that we're not going to be able to go back on. And we're seeing the consequences of that, and it's just they're moving real fast. The consequences are moving fast, if that makes sense. The CIA guy who killed Marley claimed he killed two other shucks, two big celebrities who were changing culture back then, but I don't remember the names. The person that interviewed him confirmed most of his kills. My goodness. That's just mm, 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 mm. I'm trying to see if I can find one that I don't know what this is gonna say. That's so sad that you can't even, do positive things. They take you out. That's truly. Mm-mm. Okay, I'm gonna let that load. I don't know how he claimed to kill over 120 people. I just don't even know how you can stomach that. That is just. Mm-mm. And then some people say that they see the people that they kill wake up seeing it in their dreams and stuff. I would not want that. Mm-mm. Heck no. Heck no. I couldn't even be a doctor because I would pass out trying to cut into a body, or heck no. I shout out to my classmates who cut up the cadavers for me because I never participated. I sat back and watched them every single time we had to dissect dead things. I did not participate. I have that weak of a stomach, so no thank you. Yeah. Mm-mm. It says Beyonce owns her master, so if something happened, would it go to Jay-Z? She would be the piggy bank trump card to bounce back. I don't know. I don't know. That's a great question. It would depend on how they have their businesses set up, or their will and all that kind of stuff set up. She owns her masters. Does she? How does she own her masters? She don't even write her music. I'm sorry, maybe I'm ignorant to that part of the business, but I didn't know that you could own your masters if you don't write your music. Oh, I know that. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta. Sorry, that's stumping me. They're gonna make some money off of her. There's no way. She does not write. Not like that. In the music business, they give the superstars artists 30 years before they execute them. Yeah, look at Michael Jackson, Prince, R. Kelly. They put them in jail. DMX, James Brown, John Lennon, and Elvis. Okay, so here's my thing with just the people that you named. Just half the list, really. Prince was speaking out. Michael Jackson started speaking out. And DMX started speaking out. So in my mind, I feel like that's why they were taken out of here at the time that they were. But I don't know the stories with John Brown. I'm sure I call him John Brown, James Brown, John Lennon, or Elvis. But I don't know. Have y'all ever? I don't know. But it does sound like that's because have y'all ever heard of the 27 Club? How there's a long list of musicians who died at the age of 27, like Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain. There's a lot of them. Amy Winehouse. So I don't know. But then there's a lot of artists who have been in the industry for a very, very long time. Like what's that guy's name that I put in the video a while back? Dylan, Bob Dylan. He's like, I'm in it to bargain with it. And he said he made a deal a long time ago, and the guy was like, well, who'd you make the deal with? And he's like, somebody in the world we hear and the world we can't see. Like, so I don't know. Maybe there's different contracts. Because I think that because there are a lot of people that had, because you ever see the commercials and stuff, or just even, you just see some artists where it's like, okay, you can probably sit down and take a rest now. But on the other hand, they might have to like finish living out their oath until they die. I don't know. I just feel like there's so many theories, right? They kill anybody against the agenda now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Out of here quick. Quick and in a hurry. And see, what I did not know was that Kurt Cobain was actually speaking up. I thought, I just never knew the whole story about why they would want to take him out. But then I started hearing, because apparently there was a magazine, I don't know if it's still around, but it's called Rip Magazine. And the owner of it would get all these bands to come by And in order to be in the magazine, they had to pose with him naked. And so all around his house, there's all kinds of photos with him with these different rock bands. I guess just, naked. I don't know what else to say. Kurt Cobain started speaking out about that. He was like, no, that's weird. And we don't really, me and my band don't need to do that in order to, get on. And then next thing you know, he was gone. So, linking back to the topic, what do you think of Black culture right now? Oh man. I think it's down the drain. I think it's down the drain. The role models that they have put in front of us, and I wouldn't even say us, but I would say in front of the youth, like the Sexy Reds and the Ice Spices and all that kind of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I had Lil' Kim. Trina was coming in, I think, around the time I was in high school. But I don't know. I don't think that. I think we had other things to look at as well. And I think that people knew that certain things were wrong back then. Like I had friends, I had a friend stop coming to church because she got pregnant. She was my friend from church. Because back then you didn't do that. You weren't supposed to be having sex out of wedlock, first of all. And you definitely weren't supposed to be popping up with no babies. So, and I don't think our people would have even shunned us that bad because we were a very close-knit church family when I was younger. But anyway, neither here nor there. I just think that there's a lack of morals in the Black culture today. And everyone is out to get over on the next person, especially in relationships. I don't know that. I guess that's what I see first and foremost is the things that people say about marriage and things like that. It's just very disturbing. So, I don't know. I could say a lot about that. And then on top of that, of course, we're not supposed to have idols anyways, but we have had this form of entertainment in front of us where we watch a TV or, we listen to a radio. So we kind of, I don't know, we kind of start liking these people, unfortunately. And then to see what's going on and what's coming out about them, it's just devastating. It's all just devastating. They don't let you live with your masters. I think Jay-Z and Beyonce sold their masters to Live Nation. Live Nation owns Rock Nation. Oh, really? Did they sell their? I don't know, because I know Jay-Z has some of his masters tied to Rockefeller as well. I don't know how it all works, so maybe I need to do some more research. Because there are a lot of people that claim to have their masters. And you don't see them, being touched at all. Not bothered at all. But again, I don't know what's tied to it. I know they were not happy with Michael Jackson buying up everybody's masters. I know they were not happy about that. They all get to talking when they're about to die. I know, right? Maybe that's what it is. Is that what it is? Maybe they did get the little signal, and that's why it looks like a coincidence. That's a pretty good point. That's a pretty good angle. Yep. You just never know. Because it is weird how a lot of these people say that, they got a premonition before it happened, and then it happens the way that, however they feared they would die, it happens that way. I wouldn't be surprised if she owns her masters. Jay-Z and Beyonce are pretty up there. You can win your masters regardless of directly writing it. It's more, can you pocket ticket hit? Okay. Well, then that makes sense, especially if other people can buy other people's masters. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I guess I would if I had that much money. Yeah, so I don't know how it would work. I don't think Beyonce owns all her masters. Janice Combs owns Crazy in Love, or she gets the publishing at least. For real? Why? What's the connection there? Why would she own Crazy in Love? Because Jay-Z, I mean not Jay-Z, because Diddy didn't produce that, did he? Because I know that he supposedly has all of his companies and all that in his mama name. But yeah, I need a little more clarification. It's more simple to buy out. Wait, it's more of a simple buyout in regards to owning your masters for the most part. Okay. That's crazy. And then people are selling their masters. Mm-mm. Dead man tell no tales. Oh, I know it. They make sure they get rid of loose ends. Yep. Anybody that has direct connection, yep, they clean them out real quick. Yeah, I think they took Cobain out. I think so too. I think a lot of people do as well. I think the crime scene was a little funny. I think it was one of those how did he shoot himself type of things. The way it happened, I think it wasn't it to the back of his head? Yeah. And I think for a long time people thought that his wife had something to do with it, but I've heard some of her interviews and it didn't sound like I don't think she was involved. I think she was speaking out with him. But I mean, I haven't watched too many. I've watched a couple, but James Dean. I don't know. I mean, James Dean. Yeah, he died. Wasn't his a car accident? Mm-hmm. Has to do with ritual stuff. I used to think that as well when I first started hearing about the 27 Club, but I but why would Amy Winehouse why would she go? Because from what I heard, she wasn't down with it. So I don't know. And are we saying that Jimi Hendrix and all them were into all that? I've never dived into their background, so if y'all know, I'm legit asking. Yes, I heard about it. If you think about it, it's no superstar artists who have lived long enough to live off their masters. Yeah, I can see that. It just probably gets absorbed back into the company. And then and then they'll let someone else, they'll let people buy whatever they, I don't know, again, I don't know how it goes, whatever they need to buy to use it for samples and stuff like that. But no, they're not gonna let anybody just retire and just live well. Nope. They're gonna destroy them. Maybe if you say yes to everything they say, you can make it past 27. Yeah, it could be. Could be. It just seems almost, I mean, it could be that, and it also could be there's different contracts. I've heard of a contract where they sign it, but it's invisible ink. I want to say it's something weird, but it automatically renews every year and they can't get out of it. So I don't know what contract that, I don't know the name of that contract. I just who was talking about it? I don't know. If I remember who said it, I will definitely post it. But yeah, I saw it such a long time ago. Different contracts for different demons. Yeah, that's yeah, I think so. Kanye can't stop making music, for example. Yeah, I think so too. Different, whatever they need him to do, they definitely possess him with that type of demon. Yeah, they'll take him up out of here as well for that too. If you want to sit down, because they were saying that Whitney wanted to leave the industry. And apparently they were like, yeah, okay. You can leave, but it ain't gonna be the way you think. Everyone gets a different deal. It's up to you to negotiate. Yeah. That too. Because I think we're putting a lot on, or I'm gonna say we, but I think a lot is put on the contracts that the industry is putting out, but these people are definitely agreeing to certain things. And it's like, why were certain artists able to not have to do those things, but you are claiming that you had to get down and dirty? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Cobain was like, I'm weird, but not that weird. Exactly. Yeah. Some people are just not with it. Well, Black culture was never actually from Black culture. That's the sad part. It was an exaggerated depiction of what our national handlers gave to Black people. Yeah. They always say that the Blacks are the only ones that don't, have their own culture. But I also don't think that we're monolith either. So it's kind of hard to say what, I still think it's kind of hard to say what Black culture is. It seems ghetto culture has replaced Black culture. Yeah, unfortunately, even though, if I'm not mistaken, ghetto is a Jewish. It's a Jewish word. Not to say Jewish word, but it was spoken of Jewish slums is where the word comes from. Is what I'm trying to say. And then all of a sudden, Black people replaced the Jews in the slums, apparently. And now that's on our backs. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Not everybody even was that way. I don't know. At least someone admits it's sad. I have Black associates, and if they are doing the right things, raising families and careers, they're told they're acting white. And this is why I am very proud, I should, if I can say that, of having gone to HBCU, because I was able to see prestigious Black people in high positions. My teachers were judges and district attorneys, because I was a pre-law major. You know, my dance teacher traveled around the world, and she was world famed choreographer type thing. There was a lot of people I got to run into. And if I hadn't have gone to a school like that, again, what we see, again, we've had Black doctors and things like that put in front of us before, but not so much from my time, growing up and on. So at that point, that stuff has started to weed out. We had the Cosby shows and, and Fresh Prince and things like that, but eventually it did start weeding out. I remember another channel talking about how the reality shows started coming in, and the Real Worlds and all that kind of stuff started coming in. And so people stopped, I don't know, all of a sudden people just stopped caring about family and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I cannot even tell you when it happened. It was a quick switch. Yeah, so that's sad, but no, they would definitely say that you're acting white or you're talking white or whatever, if you wanted to be on a straight and narrow. And a lot of people from, I guess, what you would say ghetto areas or the hood, they say that. They weren't allowed to want to think outside the box of where they lived. They were picked on even more, or, their life was in danger even more. So I don't know. Let's see. I'm old enough to remember when rap was uplifting. Now it's all about killing and drugs. That's reflected in the community music. Is frequency programming. What are you being programmed to? Exactly. And it all goes back to this is being done on purpose, because rap artists have claimed to remember when conscious rap was there and how they were ushered out pretty much at the music labels, told to stop. Or no, I shouldn't say that if they did not promote what the record companies wanted them to promote, then they weren't going to get marketed. They weren't going to have money behind them. It's what they call the machine. If you ever hear artists talk about the machine, that's what they're talking about. Are you going to have this money behind you because you've pretty much bought into what, they've asked you to do? And they had this meeting, and they wanted these musicians to agree to make music, to program the youth or even adults, I guess, to do things that would cause them to go to jail. And the prison systems get paid off of that. Russell Wilson bought Sierra's master so she can own it. She's still alive. Well, good for him. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how it goes. I don't know how it goes. That's why I was thinking maybe it's because these people were running their mouth about, because again, the certain people that have been taken out, they were talking. And Sierra, I don't know if she's changed, but she's Order of the Golden Dawn. That's what her jacket said. So I think many want to die with a clean conscience. Yeah, I think there's more people that do than don't, for sure. It's just that because evil is so evil, it's so wicked, it's hard to keep your eyes off of it. Um, but there is still good in the world. We would know if God had fully taken his hand away. When the great falling away, like really, even though we're seeing it, but when it falls so much away that the Antichrist has to come on the stage, we're gonna know the difference between good and evil then, for sure. The problem is humans are tribal. They just be doing what everyone else is doing. Yeah. And that's what goes back to reading for yourself, knowing for yourself. Don't just let people tell you stuff. Know where you got your information from too. Because sources matter. I remember Jay-Z always been a okay. Beyonce was a minor when he started tapping it. Hey, I mean, they bring that up too. They bring that up, him and Foxy Brown. So if anything does come out, because again, there's already the lawsuits are out there, they're public, record that he is that. But again, are people going to care? I don't know. I don't know if I feel like we're too far gone. I don't know. Yes, like I didn't know we invented the banjo. I know some racist whites who absolutely love their banjos. Yeah, we invented a lot of things for sure. But I mean, what can he say? There are people that like to take over. There are people that like to conquer. I'm not going to say that it's a one race of people. I definitely won't say that. I'm just going to say that people like to conquer other people. They only keep the superstar artist masters. So like the little fish that, I mean, yeah, look at me. How they make the money. I don't know her symbolism she be putting out there says different to me, but the person dying doesn't have to be into the occult. They can be offered a sacrifice too. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think you have to be in the occult. Mm-mm. Yeah, it's been out there for a while, unfortunately. But it's always that switch. It's always that quick, just like the Disney. The Disney people. They're always this wholesome, nice, sweet kids, and then all of a sudden, they're witches and warlocks. So, and I was actually in the comment section. If y'all know who Reginae is, Lil Wayne's daughter. And she's always going off about people getting mad at her for how she portrays herself and how she always has her body out there. And she's one of those people that I'm like, how can you be mad at everyone else? We all watched you grow up from a little kid. And now all of a sudden you're stripping your clothes off and we see your butt and all that kind of stuff. You're calling everybody else weird, but I think that's weird. because you call people, oh, my aunts and my uncles, just people that follow you on your social media and all that kind of stuff, but yet you'll strip in front of your aunts and uncles and show your behind in front of them. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. And what is that all about as well? What is that all about? What is that switch all about? Do they go into it? Do they sign the contract knowing that that's what they're going to have to do? Like, hey, I need you to play somebody wholesome. And then at this certain point, I need you're going to go dark. Or do they get into it and then they end up getting so possessed with these demons that it changes them? I don't know. I don't know. Imagine how far one would go if you gave up someone will. So much pull. Yeah. But who would it be? I don't know. Amy Winehouse was a heart addict and serious mental health problems. I thought that her friends and family said that she was cleaned up before her death. She had put the stuff down. And the night that she passed, they heard screaming and all that in her house. Like she was in a tussle. So I don't know what the true story is, but I think her people said she was clean. But I do remember a time where she definitely looked strung out, but I don't know. This is the reason they locked Tory Lanez up. He owned his masters and was becoming a superstar talent without the record company. He made $1 million in 18 minutes. Wow. I don't listen to him, but I know that I know people like him, but I didn't know that he made $1 million in 18 minutes. And that makes sense. And so you use Meg Thee Stallion, who's on Rock Nation or whoever she signed to. I know it was something dealing with Jay-Z. You use her to take him down. Or use what you know about him and her to take him down. Because I don't know if she went into it willing, like knowing that she was doing that. Weedy agreed he had to be shut up or others would catch on to the new way. Yeah, which happens with a lot of people. Because they even said that about Tupac. They said Tupac was way too powerful. He was, I don't know, powerful is the word they use, but he was way too influential. Yeah. Said, yep, Jewish slums in Warsaw. Yeah, that's what I thought. None of us have a culture anymore, and that's intentional. You are easily controlled like cattle when you don't know who you are. Yeah, agreed. And that's funny that you say cattle, because that's another thing. That's another reason why they tell us that we're animals, because animals they don't really have the moral compass like we do. They're not higher beings like we are. But if you tell them that they're animals, then you don't have to, you can say that there's no standard of right and wrong. Anything goes. I guess I'm different. My family is so diverse, and the places I've lived and very old before I realized people see color. No, I agree. My family's kind of a melting pot as well. And I grew up a military brat, so I've lived a lot of different places. But I think once I got at our last duty station, I knew what race was. I can say that. And I knew I wanted to be around, at least college wise, I wanted to be around people like me. But we love everybody. We love everybody. I grew up literally being called white by my parents because I skateboarded and didn't play basketball. Well, dang. Well, I mean, not everybody. It took me a minute to realize that, not all Black people could dance. Not all Black people have rhythm. So again, we're not all a monolith. Yeah. Hey. I don't know. What did they want you to do? What did they want you to do? If you were there when rap music was uplifting, you old unk. Oh my. Would you do a video on music, sound frequencies, and effect on the body and mind? Maybe somatics too. Well, I did one, and that was the 440 versus, I believe, 432 hertz, and that was kind of like a government thing that they had done as well. I was gonna say conspiracy, but I didn't want it to be like it was a theory. Like, this is information that they put out. But yeah, I mean, I can do one. I need to start writing some of these topics down as I'm going so I don't forget to look them up. Okay, so music and sound frequencies. But for now, I do have that one that I talked about. And I don't know how much I put in there. That was like about a year ago. Nope, I'm getting up there. I still remember when rappers weren't gay. Oh my. Yeah, speaking of Snoop Dogg, I don't know. It seems like, I don't know, he's been into some stuff. I'm gonna leave that there. 93 till was the best genuine hip hop era. Yeah, that was definitely a good time. I think I was still recording songs off the radio at that time, and the radio station was definitely bumping with good hip hop music. When the prototype Africa aesthetic was the trend. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on now. I don't know. Nobody wants to look like themselves, period. I'm going to say nobody. There's people that don't want to look like themselves. There's fascinating research on how certain music and notes can make the brain experience certain emotions. Should look into it. The U.S. government funded many programs to study such. Yeah, I mean, I definitely wanted to get into music notes and things like that just because I'm into music. But yeah, I mean, I've seen, what's that? Oh man. Oh, it's blowing my mind right now. But Mary J. Blige is said to have it. It's where you see color when you hear certain notes. You see certain colors when you hear certain notes. But I didn't know that the government was funding anything to research it. I mean, I know that they had the rockers know about, or is it the rockers? It's called a devil's chord. I mean, so they know music and certain notes do something. I don't know, but I guess I never really get too much into it. You said low-key rappers always been just as gay as they are now. Yeah, I guess maybe. I guess I just. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels. It just feels gayer these days. I don't know if I can say that, but I'm not gonna say it. Trump is the Antichrist. He's going to usher in Elon to have bots take over us. That is interesting that you say that, because I did see the whole thing about Elon. I mean, I just see the things about him, period. But I saw that he was trying to, or he was thinking about buying MSNBC. I really don't really know what the consequences of that will be. I don't know. Is Trump the Antichrist? Is that where we're going? Sorry, I was just thinking. I'm sorry to pause, but I guess I'm just thinking, like, is he? I was reading in Daniel the other day trying to see what, some more clues were. And it was, well, the chapter I was in was talking about the wars that were going to come about between the king of the north and the king of the south, and how the king of the south's daughter was going to come and make a league with the king of the north. And it's going to be, yeah. So I don't know if that's where we are right now, but I don't know. Maybe one day we're going to have to read through that and through it again, because I know I put it on my page before, but read through it again just to see where we are. Hold on, where am I at in these comments? Okay, there we go. Literally, Biggie Smalls literally had a transmission as lead model in the Juicy video. Yeah, and so I hate that I'm hearing conflicting information about this as well, because quite a few people have said that. But the twist that they add on to it is that she tricked somebody in the city where she lived, and somebody took her out or took him out, whatever. And then some people are saying, well, nah, that's my cousin, and that's always been a female. So I don't know. And then you know how LL, they're trying to say that LL was alluding to the same person, and he claims that he wasn't. I don't know. It's so hard to say. But they said that Biggie Smalls did have some really suspect lyrics. So you just never know. And now they're outing Busta Rhymes and claiming he be with them as well. So I just don't know. Allie, they used to be gay in the basements with the lights off. Now they get on stages with nails painted. Yeah. Pretty much. White Bear, as crazy as it sounds, you might be right. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, again, is it predictive programming, what they've put in movies where the robots have taken over? There's always a glitch in the system, and the robot always knows what they're doing and ends up taking over. So you just never know. But he's definitely ushering in transhumanism. So what all technologies are going to come from that? They already said the Messiah is here. but he is waiting for a grand entrance, apparently, and Trump is here to start the party, apparently. Well, it wouldn't be the Messiah. We're gonna know when the Messiah comes back, but is the you mean the Antichrist? I don't know. I just know that he's gonna be I know the war is over gonna be with Persia and Grecia. Foxy was telling people Jay was a discreet tranny chaser. Foxy, I didn't hear her say that, but I just know that she came out and claimed that what people were saying with him and her wasn't true. But that's crazy though. Because why is it always that? It just seems like it's always that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, most people who engage in demonic activity low-key know in their soul it isn't right for them to be doing that stuff. Yeah, I agree. Disney is more satanic than Baphomet. Disney through the years, have y'all seen all of the images of all the stuff that they've been putting in the movies over the years? Like the what's the Little Mermaid? I'm talking about old school Disney movies, all the cartoon stuff. Sorry, in the Little Mermaid, wherever it looks like the Golden Gates, those are actually penises. In the Lion King, how some of the clouds, when Mufasa jumps on the pile of leaves, this big smoke cloud comes up and it says sex. There's just a lot of things hidden in the Disney movies that you just wouldn't have known about them when you were little. Maybe you shouldn't have known them, I should say. You should not have known about them when you were little. And now when you're older, you're like, man, what is that? Fantasia, the movie Fantasia, they do a lot of witchcraft and like a lot of demons show in that cartoon. It's a lot of stuff. I've even seen in DuckTales where they were drawing pentagrams. There was a documentary that just came out showing all the Nickelodeon kids that were essayed by executives. You know what? What is it called? Do you know what it's called? Because I know I have on my watch list on Tubi, there's a documentary that I had put on there, but that's just crazy. And they have been talking about that Dan Snyder for a long time. And so it's hard. It's just crazy to imagine what all went on over there. But again, why? I don't know. Why would you? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anybody who's ever been put in that position. But how do you stay? That man was licking all on their feet, sucking on their feet, in hot tubs with them, doing all kinds of stuff. Why would you stay? It's just sickening. And I remember I was running across a video today of the Olsen twins, and it was talking about the disappearance of the Olsen twins. And then I remember back to when people were talking about how the three guys on the the Full House would do just nasty stuff to dolls and, act like it was the Olsen twins and just the stuff that they would say to them. It's like, why would you stay? Why would you as a parent let your child keep going to that? I don't know. I don't know. It's so sad. And I get it. A lot of people are desperate for money, but you can't be that. We just cannot be that, desperate for money. Because it's clouding people's judgment. Goodness gracious. That grown man sucking on your feet? I don't think so. You said YouTube documentary. No, it actually, I don't think it's YouTube. I'm on Tubi a lot. I don't know who made the documentary, but it's on Tubi. Oh, okay. Oh, it came out on Netflix. Got you. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know where I got mixed up. Oh, it's out on YouTube now. Okay, so the documentary is out on YouTube now, but it's originally on Netflix. Okay, so definitely have to check that out and see what's going on there. Hell no, they're just her family members, aka give her a good rep. Amy died a heroin addict. Oh, that's sad to hear. Yeah, that's sad to hear. She was such a good singer. What I don't understand is why society became less moral over the years. I mean, I can tell you the answer to that. People started putting away God. It took them out of the schools. It took them they took the 10 Commandments out of the, out of the court system, out of the courts. You start to, hey, people, I'm sorry to say, but people ask for this. This is what people asked for. They didn't know it. They thought they were just, we don't need a God over us. We can do our own thing. Those beliefs are antiquated. You got them out of a book. They say all kinds of stuff to justify it. But at the end of the day, look at the fruits. People wonder why there's so many school shootings. I wonder why there's so many school shootings. Y'all ain't got no protection in the schools. You can't even hardly go to the grocery store anymore. You got to pay attention to everything. Because people do not have a moral standard. They think that morals are relative, which ends up equating to no morals at all when you get down to the logistics of it. I was going to say when you get down to the logic of it. But, that's really what it is. Quiet on the Set. Okay, so I did hear about that. I just hadn't seen it yet. Quiet on the Set, y'all. Yeah, we need to check that out. But that's crazy that you can have a whole group of people to speak about this, but nobody said anything. Nobody said anything back then. Or else they said it and we weren't listening. Glorilla, the latest female celebrity that is, as soon as she signed, switched from a boyish stud-looking individual to now having both butt and boob divert and slutting herself out into hyper feminine. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like she's giving a little bit of both. she's giving she's giving a little like she's giving a little bit of like a kind of like the masculine thing, but definitely showing herself to be the slut. Unfortunately, and this is, mm. I saw somebody say, who was that said that? Oh, Busta Rhymes said that she's gonna be Glorilla. Speaking of Glorilla, she's gonna be as iconic as Beyonce one day. I was like, first of all, he had to say Beyonce because he come up missing if not. And second of all, Beyonce isn't even as iconic as Beyonce. Like, I'm gonna shut up. I think the numbers are fluffed. The numbers are fluffed. Talk to the average person. They're not bumping Beyonce like that. Yes, Tory Lanez broke the entire system that record label have used and made them literally obsolete entirely. Well, yeah. That's so sad. That's so sad. That they need the control that much. It's because society has made more and more secular. If nothing matters, it doesn't matter what one does. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. If everything is relative, then nothing matters. Because it's just your opinion against my opinion against his opinion. And then you can't say who's right or wrong. So you have no moral ground to say like the Holocaust was wrong. Because by whose standard? You say it's wrong, but Hitler said it was right. So there has to be an absolute standard that dictates what is right and wrong. Just logically speaking. You can go into what that authority is after you come to the conclusion that logically speaking, there has to be absolute truth. Because then even still, you can say, oh, well, you can't know. Sorry, there's no such thing as absolute truth. Then someone can ask, well, is that an absolute statement? So the argument is self-refuting. There has to be a truth outside of ours or what we know. Because we're finite. Tory is supposed to be Travis Scott famous. In my opinion, he isn't industry as Travis is. Again, I don't listen to his music like that. So, but from my understanding, what he raps, he sings. Doesn't he produce? So I can imagine so. I wonder what he wasn't, what he wasn't down with. If that's the case, I wonder what he wasn't down with. We don't have a regional culture no more either. The last Black culture was originally on the West Coast. Oh, it was originally West Coast. Yeah, I don't know where. Because I don't see. I mean, yeah, I do see there's a lot of Black people on the West Coast, but I mean, I don't know. At Cam the King, you're right. If you agree with everything, you stand for nothing. Yep, I agree with that as well. I'm Ally Mass. Tory Lanez used to write for Travis Scott. Oh, Tory Lanez became bigger than the contract he was signed to with Interscope, so they wanted to sign him back And he said no. Jay-Z wanted to. Oh. I mean, some people are finding that, again, it's just weird who they mess with and who they don't. Maya is independent, and she's been independent for a very long time. And they don't bother her. I don't want them to, but they don't bother her. So maybe maybe she didn't sign, the contracts from the beginning. So she wasn't ever under an oath. And maybe these other people tried to switch it up. Like they were down with the oath at one point, and then when it started getting hot and heavy, they were like, nah, and they couldn't back out. Because I just don't know. I'm just trying to think of why you would put yourself in that situation knowingly. Like if they said, you got to do this, and that. We're going to rape you. We're going to take your money. We're only going to give you this much life, pretty much. We're going to, you're going to have to sacrifice some people. Like who would just knowingly like, yeah, okay. Sign me up. Mm-mm. That man literally beat a murder. Sound frequencies go way deeper than that. I believe sound frequencies is how God created things. Like when they say God said, let there be, and geometric symbols on churches, those are waves. Now, I mean, I'm with you on the sound. As far as God speaking, I just don't know how far we can go with it, and what it should all mean to us. I think that's where I don't know what it should all mean to us, if anything. I don't know if we're putting too much on the frequency thing, or because I haven't read any scriptures on it. So I'm listening. I'm I just need to ground. If I'm going to believe that, I just need to ground my thinking. But sound, absolutely. Frequencies blew up Mount St. Helens, which I believe there's no such thing as natural disasters. We've long had tech to construct and shape the earth. Sound waves are a blessing and a weapon. Wait, you don't believe there's such thing as natural disasters? Now, I definitely agree that, the government has its instruments to cause, things to happen, obviously, but I don't know if I say that. I don't know if I would say that there are no such thing as natural disasters. These claims popular songs have messages, propaganda inserted in them. I wish I could remember the names. There were 2 projects, one in the 60s and one in the 80s on frequencies. Oh yeah, I would love to hear them. Yeah, I would love to hear them, because it's the songs that you would never think about that are dropping the gems. Like I would have never known that the Police have that song "Murder by Numbers" if I wasn't researching that whole thing. And they got a whole song talking about how they do it and how they can rise to the ranks by doing it. It's crazy. Yeah. It just makes you want to go back in time and just listen to what was there and watch the movies just to see what were they predictively programming back then, and what all came true. What there's a 4 AD movie about secret messages in the entertainment industry, like through music and films. Yeah, apparently this stuff is old. Hmm. This stuff is so old, and we're just now getting hip to it. Ali 100 agree. I saw the military use sound technology to disperse crowds in my hometown. People said it felt like their insides were being microwaved. Oh my gosh, and heard a low pitch. That's scary. Um, yeah, that's definitely scary. Not because being microwaved, like I don't even know what the heck. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Celestial says Obama is the Antichrist. I just don't know. I just think that there's different. I mean, he's definitely described. I just don't know if Obama fits that, because where is he gonna? How is he gonna? Because he's already. I don't know. So I know I be thinking out loud sometimes, and it doesn't come all the way out. Yeah, I just don't know about that. Celestial says the beast system kicks in when Kamala becomes president. Now, that I think that a woman is going to have something to do with it, just because. Where was I at? Where was it? Is it Daniel 11? Just because Daniel claims that, I don't want to say claims. Daniel says that a woman is going to be the one to go and make the league with the other nation, and then they're going to become an alliance, and then at some point someone else is going to come on the scene, but it's not going to be somebody that we appoint. It's going to kind of like slither in. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah. Oh, sorry. I know some of these comments are, we've already kind of talked about them, but LL had the trans in his video too. Yeah. And again, he said he was denying that in a recent video, saying, because remember how people were saying he was saying he, she? That's not in his tone, but he said that he was just saying an ad lib. It didn't mean anything, is what LL claims. I had a substitute teacher in 10th grade that had pics of her and LL Cool J hanging out. Okay. Shoot. Under the Silver Lake. Yeah, I was trying to find that movie. They weren't really playing it too many places, so I'm still waiting to watch that one. It definitely seems interesting. I thought she was BS until she brought the two Polaroids. Oh, what were they doing? Just kicking it? Did anyone see Elon posted with Trump's kids? No, I didn't see that. Mm-mm. Oh, okay, not our Messiah, the Antichrist Messiah. Okay, cool. Just making sure. The film style is kind of mainstream. Like what I mean by that is it's not your typical dark, gloomy thriller, but the content matter is kind of dark. Yeah, I want to check that out. Elon likes his Latin too. Yeah, he got how many kids he got? And got a ton of baby mamas. Tupac's original Machiavelli backside art was drawings of Dr. Dre taking backshots by Trent. What? And Diddy in a what? In a ballerina outfit. Are you for real? You made my voice go real high on that one. What? I never what? I've never even heard anything like that. He was taking backshots. Where were they? Oh my gosh. I feel like this is not going to be found anywhere. Is that correct? Is it safe to say? The whole Machiavelli crossed my mind the other day. I think it was because I was watching one of those Ali Carter videos and she was claiming how she was Tupac's daughter. And I want to say she was saying how he was still alive. And it kind of just came back to the whole conspiracy theory on the whole 7-day theory and the Machiavelli and how he mimicked himself out of someone. Sorry, from someone who had faked his death. No, I'm trying to see if I can pull up an image right now. Nah, I don't see anything like that. I mean, there's a weird picture, but it's not. It looks like Tupac is the one dressed up as a girl. Yeah, that's a weird. I don't know what that's about. Let me do this. So when I pulled up original Machiavelli album cover, I see it now. Okay, but see that looks like Tupac in a dress though, but I do see the man. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. I thought I put it up here. My goodness. Do y'all see that? I don't know if it's zoomed in enough for y'all. Wow. That's crazy. No, I had never even seen or heard anything like that. Got to be more careful. Mm-mm. Oh, that's supposed to be okay, that's supposed to be oh no, I see. Oh my gosh. Now that one took the cake. I'm not gonna lie. Never even seen or heard of that. Yeah, Tupac was talking before he passed. There's a short on YouTube that has all the perverted secret messages they put. And oh, okay. Mm. You said Amanda Bynes, Drake, and Josh characters all got touched by the same executive. Oh, I didn't know that they said. Oh, I didn't know Drake was being touched. But I definitely know that they had. Yeah, they definitely did something to Amanda Bynes, made her go crazy. Yeah, because even that other girl, what's her name? That had that book that said, "I'm glad my mom died." These people's parents were on some sick stuff. Yeah, they pressure the kids and then act surprised. But that's sad to be willing to do anything like that. Mm-mm. Heck no. Disney was literally created to help indoctrinate children into Satanism, whether subconsciously or willingly. As they grew up, Walt Disney knew what his objective was and he executed it flawlessly. Yep. He was 33rd degree. So sad because we don't know. Yeah. There has to be a little truth in the documentary because they already tried discrediting the person who did the research and they're trying to paint the person in a certain way and the family denies it. Yeah. Plus, we've seen him do it. Like Dan Snyder has been on camera doing these things. So, like, we saw you biting on Ariana Grande's feet. We saw you with her foot in your mouth. There, the so, and I literally broke my phone the other day, but I had a clip to show y'all of him in the hot tub. I can't even remember who was with this time, but why would you be in the hot tub with her? And they've even admitted that he was doing stuff. So I don't know why they people try to deny it. The more God left, the more Lucifer arrived. Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. And people do not get it. They think it's just I don't know what they think. I think it's just all fairy tales. Is what they think, but that's exactly what happened. He, the more he's coming on the scene, they're trying to usher him in. Yeah, he has a little season, right? So he's trying to be quick about it. He said, that's what actually brought me to Christ. I saw a heavy occultic presence in pop culture and music and TV and movies that all reverse satanic stuff. I couldn't deny a creator anymore. Hey, hey, that's good then. Because there were so many, I remember there were so many expose videos out, 20 years ago. That's when they started dropping heavy. And over the years, they've been slowly silencing these creators and these whistleblowers, you know. But thankfully, there are other platforms that people can post their videos on. Yeah, Lucifer is the god of this world, little g, that was a hard pill to swallow. Yeah. No charges ever come, no penalty ever paid by these sick people who do weird stuff to kids. Maybe not in this life, but there's definitely going to be a judgment. People, people equate being progressive to advancing a society, which it's not. Yeah, they think they know better than the past, but we can just look back in the past and see what certain societies were doing, what they believed in, and initially, what caused their downfall, and we can see that we're going down the same path. Oh goodness. Speaking of Disney, did you hear about the porn site link on the Wicked Toys boxes? No. What? Oh my gosh. They're just going through any length. And you got Ariana Grande, who's a professed witch, who has been waiting for years to be in this role. I don't know what the Cynthia lady, I don't know what she practices, but I know that somebody was making a video about how the both of them have just lost an extreme amount of weight, and that every interview that they've been capturing them in, they've been crying. Just crying. So I don't know what's going on, but no, that is crazy though. They are doing anything to get these babies. Porn link on the Wicked toy boxes. And oh man, no, I didn't hear that. My goodness. I'm just oh my goodness. We need to do a live about the Talmud. These gems are something else. Everything that's going on now is everything Hitler was fighting against. Sexual exploitation, pedos, devil worshipping, etc. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, I would love to see. But the Talmud, I've tried to look up the text of the Talmud. And let me try to look it up again. Because if I'm not mistaken, let me see if they'll let me look it up. Because a lot of that is pretty guarded. Okay, I'm gonna let that load. Isn't there a live clip of Glorilla bragging about having a deep voice moans during sex, laughing about it while she sound like Rick Ross going, huh? No. It's traumatizing. I haven't seen it. I mean, she already has a deep voice, and I'm not one to talk about a woman with a deep voice because obviously I have a very low tone, but she just says some off the wall things, and I'm telling you, the doo-doo streaks in the white draws got me, and I just can't listen to her. I just can't. She says things, she says stupid things on purpose, or I gotta be toxic in relation. I just can't. I don't have time for the foolishness. Like, I don't want to know people like that. I'm just sorry. If my friends ever told me anything, oh my goodness. It's not that you can't. Okay, let me stop. It's not that you can't, because accidents happen, but I don't know about them. I don't want to know about them. And she's just a woman. She's just a woman who's saying this stuff. Beyonce ain't who she thinks she is. No, she's not. I don't think she is. But when you've paid her, man, look, she sold her soul for what she has. I'm not saying she's not talented, but come on now. I've never heard a full Beyonce song. Only what clips people play in video, but I haven't listened to music in a while. I'm careful about what I let into my eye and ear gates now. That's so good. That's that's very, very good. Yeah, I was done with her about. Oh, you said you've never heard her songs though. Um, all I know is the stuff that she has out now is just demonic. Like when I've had to watch stuff for videos, I'm like, oof, mute. Gun to my head, I've never heard anyone say turn on that new Beyonce. They don't say it. I haven't heard not a one. Now I have an acquaintance is very vague. Uh, using it very loosely. Um, but she calls herself Beyonce. She's the only person that I know that listens to Beyonce, and she's a mocker. She's a god mocker. So I try not to have conversations with her as much as possible. Yeah, nobody says it, but she's got all these awards because, in my opinion, because of her witchcrafts. Just like the amount of, have you seen the amount of Grammys that Jay-Z has? He has like 26 Grammys or something like that. For what? Like, whatever. Look up the history of Callie and the Call Queen. It will shock you. They were all black. They hide the truth behind things like the names in movies. Okay. Callie and the Call Queen. Sorry, y'all. I gotta put that in my search bar. Just like the part of New York was bought from the tribe, yeah, for $24 trinkets, yeah, basically flea market goods. Haha, they offed the man who tried to wake up. Yeah, they offed ODB, and ODB was trying to buy because it was his family, that had owned areas in Manhattan, and he tried to say something, and they took him out. The flower of life symbol is literally sound frequencies. Oh, okay. Did you wait a minute? Hold on. And y'all, I know these comments. Sorry, I know I'm behind these comments, but they're coming in quick. So, on the English language, interesting. We spell change the channel. Etc. Heavy occultic ties to language. You know what? Never thought of that. Never thought about that. And even someone else put me onto the definition of entertainment, pretty much meaning to have someone come in and entertain. Yes, crazy stuff. I never even thought about that. Change the channel. Not everything is within the Bible. It's right in our faces. Well, I don't know. I think that it's all written. I would argue to say that it's all written. It's all written. Wasn't it a song like Stairway to Heaven or something like that has channeling backwards? Yeah, hidden messages. Yep. When he talks about the song's having two meanings. There being a stairway. Or that people think that they're buying a stairway to heaven, but they're actually on the road to hell. Yeah, pretty much. That, and they said that one of the other most occultic songs is Hotel California. So these people know about this stuff. They're not oblivious to it. They welcome it. The three-letter agencies will always control things like the music because the influence is power. That's a currency they want the monopoly on. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, it's all made to control us. All of it is made to have. Kanye spoke about the sound frequency with 808s relating to sex chakras, and I believe that's true. Oh. Mhm. So what? I mean, does it? Yeah, I guess I have questions. Brown Sound South Park made that truth into a joke. Ugh. He said I had two friends in the crowds that day that literally puked their guts up because of the feeling. Okay, back to that's about having the sound frequency that dispersed the crowd. I mean, I remember hearing about sonar type of things back in the day, but again, they just talked about it as if it was sci-fi, not as if this is stuff that technology that they had. Obama and the Bush family are Skull and Bones tail members. When joining Skull and Bones, you have to masturbate in an open casket while everybody watches. Yep, heard that. Bush Sr. watched his son masturbate in public. That's gross. That's absolutely disgusting. But yeah, I did hear that they have to do that. That's so gross. I think Daniel was referring to the woman as a spiritual entity, but I have to reread. Yeah, me too. I need to really like read it to understand what's going on. I kind of just was passing by it on the way from another scripture. But yeah, I really need to get into it because Daniel, you got to really pay attention. Yeah. I used to think that we were really close to the end times, but after reading it, I realized God doesn't move his hand so everyone had a chance to fall back into line. I think its time is far off, but it's coming. Yeah, I think that as well. Just from what I was reading the other day, I was like, oh, I don't think that we've seen this part yet. So we're still kind of, and not that it's a good thing, right? I think we're still at the end of days, but I think there's still a little bit of time. I believe the black plaque was one of God's judgments. The black plaque. Oh, the black plague. Oh, um, I mean, it could be. You just never know which one of these things are what these people have caused because they're good at causing the spread of diseases on purpose because they're really into depopulation. And then it's hard to know what is, but it could all be God's judgment, right? He could be using them to judge the world. Ooh, he did. He posted a New World Order, but in Latin in a picture holding Trump's kids. No, did not know that. See, this stuff is crazy. I mean, people have always said that Elon was the one. So I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm also thinking about the whereabouts that this Antichrist has to come from. All we know is Elon claims to come from South Africa. Wait, what? The rapper Future said he only feel alive when he takes the D. But then he said, taste it, but it didn't make sense with this sentence. I- I'm I'm just not gonna put it past anybody anymore. I just shoot Khalid or whatever his name, however you pronounce his name, just came out or just got outed and then had to come out. And I had no idea send me your location was you talking to me is. Mm-mm. They were just hanging out, but in the hot tub with drinks. Yeah, right. You shouldn't be in the hot tub with no little girl. We definitely are in the last days. I forgot the calculation, but in the Bible they say that 1 human year on earth is compared to the angels, which to them is an hour or something like that. Um, I don't know. I know it says that a day with the Lord is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is like a day. But I don't know anything about um that in the angels. That Tupac art, y'all got me with that one. I had not, yeah, I did not know that. Mm-mm. Sorry, y'all. Okay, if you look past pictures of Dr. Dre's wife, look exactly like a Hispanic man from the past. I remember she had a strong face, but dang. I guess I never just automatically. It's just now that you have to think: is that a woman or is that a man? Back in the day, it never even crossed my mind. Yeah, Jeanette McCurdy. Thank you. Note. Um, yeah, they're all Masons and Jesuits. You said I saw a clip of Ariana Grande girl as a minor. They had her doing some explicit stuff that everyone missed. It was extra weird. Yeah, they did. Matter of fact, they even had one clip of her. I think she was on a bed, but she was kind of, I guess, turned upside down on it. And they had her pouring water over herself. It was just very cringy. Again, where are her parents at? And do we need to have them locked up? The person who played Spencer in iCarly was trying his best to play interference and subtly stop Dan Snyder from messing with the kids. There are multiple videos looking back. He was clearly trying. Oh, really? I don't know. I never watched iCarly, so I gotta look him up so I can check him, his videos out. That's so sad. That is so sad. Dang, he look grown as I don't know what. What did he play in the show? Goodness. But I'm glad. I don't want to talk about the man, especially if he was a hero. But he looked grown as I don't know what. It seems like you can post whatever you want until you gain a massive amount of eyes on you, and then you get shut down or regulated. Yep, yep. Because that's when they start coming to you. When you get that massive following, and that's when the propositions start coming. Most Christians haven't a clue about the spiritual war being waged daily. Yep, because it's just been watered down to Jesus's love and nothing else. And a lot of people are going to fall by the wayside, unfortunately. Did you know that the band Death Grips predicted the Ariana Grande concert bombing? No. Death grips. Oh my goodness, death grips. Yeah, that was crazy too. I wonder. Yeah, it's just you just can't help but to wonder. Okay, I want to see what they say about this. Let me pull that up. And Death Grips is our heavy occultist 2, mad into Thelema and alchemy. Everything. Oh wait, okay, yeah. Hold on. Dang, they asked me am I over 18 just to read this Reddit article. Okay, so I guess they had a song called Steroids. Goodness, they keep asking me if I'm over 18. I am well over 18. Okay, so Steroids, I'm guessing that's the song, was released the same day that the bombing occurred, around the same hour that the news broke. It says the song was 22 minutes long, and 22 minutes after it dropped, the bombing happened. Wow. Okay, I need to look up the lyrics. So is this something that is something that her witchcraft did? Okay, so the chorus goes, my whole life, my whole effing life. And it just keeps repeating that over and over again. Slippery when panicking. This seems like surfing gasoline. At the mercy of my discrepancy, I've got countless current identities. Which one should I pretend to be? Which one will be the end of me? Okay. F my present coordinates. I will them dead like. It's not what you think. F you want from us. Were you the same as you? We know we're effed. And we came as you like you know it's us in your mind. I don't know what they're talking about in this song. I'm trying to think if they even say anything about do they say anything about the bombing? Or is it just a coincidence that it happened with the whole 22-minute thing? Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that would I mean it is a long song though. Um okay, yeah, I don't have time. It's a 22-minute song, so I can't look it all up, but yeah, it just sounds like probably like some witchcraft lyrics. Everything Beyonce do is demonic. The video of her dancing in the skyrise balcony wearing yoga shirt while she performs the death dance, meaning she was celebrating a victory over an enemy. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what the whole song was about, but it meant something. Okay, Cali Queen. Okay, I typed that in too, so I have that kind of queued up. So I'll definitely look into that. Um, the enemy being the girl killed with a bat who was sleeping with Jay-Z. And it could very well be. I mean, when did that song come out? When did, what is that called? 7-Eleven? Okay, so Beyonce's 7-Eleven came out in 2013. Wait, it was released. Oh, wait, it was recorded 2013 and then it was released. Actually, 10 years ago tomorrow. Okay. Um, I don't remember when Kathy White died. When did die? I always forget these dates. Um, yeah, I mean, she died. Kathy White died in 2011, so I couldn't remember that date. So hey, you just never know. And she's singing about, just maybe over the years, just had a have. Sorry, I can't even get it out. She's had all these songs singing about it. It could very well make sense. He said, "What was his name? I didn't know the name, just the name, the family once he was killed." Sorry, I forget what we were talking about right there. Wait, once who was killed? So when you're watching TV, you're channeling, but what are you channeling? That's the question. That's a good question. But remember last time somebody was saying that there's supposed to ghost in the TV, the ghost in the box. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. Unless it's just what's being spoken and shown. Okay, y'all. A recent porn star came out talking about how one of the guys used the girls from scenes to do rituals in the pornos without the girls knowing. She said under the bed was a pentagram messed up. I think I've seen something about that. And then there's another video that's come out recently where the guy is saying that all porn stars aren't humans. So it's okay, y'all. I know it's getting late. So I'm gonna do the last few comments. It's not even lore. Look up Jack Parsons. He was the processor to oh pro like predecessor to NASA, a deep follower of Crowley, and uses sex magic to perform celestial rituals to open portals, just like CERN and SpaceX do. Yeah, we definitely, because I feel like we've talked about Jack Parsons a few times, so we definitely got to get a deep dive into him. Oh, XXX Tectacion, I can't even pronounce his name, had a pentagram under his bed. Yeah, I think I told y'all before, he already looked like death to me, and unfortunately he ended up passing away, but he always looked like he was on his way out, in my opinion. Um Sway plays the other way too. I heard that. I just doesn't. It's just so hard to believe. Okay, Trump is definitely prophesied by multiple Freemason rituals to be exactly linked to Tammuz. Oh, really? Yeah, we're crying for Tammuz. That's interesting. It's just weird. I mean, it is weird how connected he is. But I don't know. Enochian magic is thought to be the language of angels to mean is channeling unclean spirits. In my opinion, different strokes for different folks. Yeah. And that's the thing. These angels have been accused of, and I'm not saying it's not true, but they've definitely been accused of giving mankind esoteric information that we should not know. Oh, they mentioned the guy in the Quiet on the Set documentary. He did try to save the kids. That's good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Man, child essay really pisses me off. That S gets me heated like a dude who gets anger management for real. I be popping my knuckles. Yeah. Sign. Yeah. I mean, essay of any kind, definitely. I mean, it's just innocent people hurt. People that can't fight back. People that can't consent. Okay, let's see here. Allie, you're a terrible occultist then. Thanks to Crowley, they all have a preferred thoughts of kids. Yeah, they do. Crowley and Kinsey, Albert Kinsey. Let's see, bro. No cap. A wild playlist with like 50 plus crazy spiritual and occultic obscure videos. That keeps getting reloaded, and I got files of deleted videos like that too. Let's see here. I was within a subsect of pagan Satanists not even 6 years ago. The Partridge Family Temple and Temple OV Psychic Youth, and I know Boyd Rice from the Church of Satan. Oh my goodness. Well, good thing that you say that you recently found God. That's good to hear. But yeah, I might have to, do a little interview or something, so we can pick your brain. The internet is so wild. So much stuff has been scrubbed that used to be easily found. Yeah, even on the VPN secured servers, a lot of it's being erased. Yeah, that's creepy. 10 years exact. I know that we're talking about it. Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, tomorrow. I had videos on my page of blood rituals, but they are deleted by YouTube. But yeah, I was indoctrinated in the left-hand path since I was 17. If you can quickly, because I know, like I said, it's getting late. But what made you choose the left-hand path? I've seen stars move and UFOs, all kinds of stuff. Magic is very much real. I mean, I wouldn't think it until I hear other people that have been in it talk about it. And I just don't think that everybody's lying. I don't think that everybody, has the same story over years and generations. Have you ever seen the video of XXX asking on a jail phone call how to perform a ritual to a certain entity, and the caller walks him through the ritual on a jail call? Heck no. But I do see that no. But I know somebody was claiming that he was trying to perform witchcraft on them. But that's crazy. And unfortunately, he met his demise. And it could have been it could have been who he was in touch with. Allie Carter is a psyop too. She's a fake whistleblower. I'm starting to kind of get that as well. Just some things are a little off. Like the whole Tupac's daughter. And she claims that she's the one that was on the table, the 14-year-old that's on the table. And in the studio with Diddy. But there's another girl claiming to be that girl. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to. I just don't think that's her. And then people have been seeing her in the backgrounds, like on the red carpet. And she claims that's not her in the Run the Town video. But it kind of does look like her in all these instances. Oh, you said I heard the audio. He was extremely creepy. Yes, XXX knew what he was doing, but he didn't care. Yeah. And unfortunately, that stuff come back on you too. So, if I was Diddy's lawyer, I'd muddy the internet with false accusations that couldn't be verified, so I could discredit the true ones too. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I've heard some shady things about his lawyer, but I don't tell him. You said that stuff was weird. He took the instructions and made sure to do it correctly. Mm-mm. I don't know what people. I don't know. Her stories don't add up for real. You got to be able to see the small details in people's stories. And Allie ain't who she says she is for real. Yeah. Again, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I listened to quite a few of her videos. I've listened to her years ago, but kind of she fell off my radar. Then now that all this stuff is kind of coming back up, I started listening to her again. And just some things. She does have a lot of information, though, that I feel like you probably wouldn't know unless you were in that life. So she could be telling the truth and just fluffing some stuff, but I don't know, y'all. Okay, I never understood why the dark side would reveal itself quicker than the light side. Call on a demon is there in seconds. Call on Christ workers. They show up on their time. That's yeah. Well, God's always on time. So if his people come at whatever time they come, it might seem like it's off, but it's definitely on time. But Satan's working hard. He's working fast because he knows he only has but a short time. So he's making plans years in advance, trying to counteract this stuff, but it ain't gonna work. Kai Sinai took the deal. He's been having a bunch of celebrities who we know are into the Illuminati on his streams and his multiple Subtle nods to sleeping with dudes in his bed on Lime Street. For real? Oh, I don't listen to that man. I just feel. I mean, I don't know what he's supposed to do. I don't know if he's supposed to be a comedian or what. I just don't see what the whole hype is around him. But, uh, but yeah. I mean, he does seem like he's blowing up pretty quick. Let's see here, y'all. A video speaking of how she ran away. Then I was like, hold on. Her video speaking on how she ran away. Then was like, I went to a different school every couple months because we moved around so much. Then said, but my mom made sure I graduated. Yeah, I know her mom supposedly had rescued her from CPS or whatever, but I thought she did it when she was really young. But I don't know if she's ever told the story about how she escaped. If she did, I didn't hear it. But I think she was supposed to have gotten with her mom when she was young. And so she was able to go to school and stuff. But then she talked about how she was a dance teacher. I just don't know. I don't know how to, because she seemed like she's out and about. But I guess she's only on the run because she's starting to speak out. So maybe that's what the thing is. I don't know. The audio of XXX is hard to find now. It used to pop up with a quick search. Mm-mm. He definitely took the oath. I saw it ASAP. He did that clip trying to play with the board. Yeah. Like, also, if you were kidnapped for sex trafficking by people with major money, why would they allow you to go to public school? Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know if she's trying to say that this all started happening when she started speaking out. I don't know. He said there's literally live streams of him and dudes in the same bed. They ain't hiding the agenda no more. It's well, it says like in the days a lot. So we can just imagine what was going on back then. I could record myself in the bed with my female friends and say I'm a player, but I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, you say you missed the days when that type of sex was ashamed. Yeah, it's just being pushed. She said she was getting essays since her youth. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know with her, but y'all, that's what I got tonight. That's what I got tonight. I guess we're still in the quest to see if who's going to be the Antichrist. That's going to be for a while. I know we want to talk about music and frequencies, so we're going to definitely have to get some more about that. Let's see. I just don't think it's a coincidence that there's a movie called State Property 1 and 2 made by the same man who now has his assets become state property. So it's just weird times that we're in. They've done a good job to make it look like a joke that occultists take an oath and fall in line for fame. They kid now about the Illuminati, aka Freemasons, coming for you. Yep. And last class comments, Ally Mask, I love your essay videos. Can't wait for your next upload. I really, really appreciate that. I should have it ready in the next day or two. That's my plan. I do have a little bit of a day in the daytime tomorrow, so after that, I will try to get that video together. And yeah, we're just gonna keep breaking this stuff down. So I really appreciate again each and every person that has shown up here tonight. Each and every person who watches my videos, who supports the channel, whether you do it in the comments, whether again you like my comments, whether you like the videos, whether you share it, whether you help out monetarily. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Yeah. Last one, someone said that we only have about 15 years left based on Freemason rituals. You hope it's sooner. Hey, I don't know. I just don't know if I'm ready to see what is to come at the end. But I will be honest and say I am tired of living in this mess. I'll say that. Don't want to go nowhere, but at the same time would love to be with the Lord and not have to deal with what we are experiencing here on this earth. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let you guys get to sleep. I know I'm gonna get to sleep. And hopefully we'll be back here at the same time next week. Got a new video dropping again on YouTube, and then hopefully I got a new Patreon exclusive coming in the next few weeks as well. Okay? All right. I will see y'all soon. Bye.